loveliness.
Good morning, everyone. Can you all hear me okay? Well, get a little bit closer. I don't want to really yell, but I can try to speak as loud as possible. All right. What a beautiful day for this. Could you ask for more? I mean, this is great. It's all for you, Cathye. So today we're gathered together to have this little dedication for Cathye. She loved birds. She loved birds. She loved cardinal. It was her favorite bird, as you can see right there. That's a nice representation. And we wanted, Music in Motion wanted to plant a tree in her honor right in her own backyard. Ann and I went shopping and we felt it had to be a red bloom tree because that's her favorite color, red. So we went shopping, looked around. First thing that came to mind was the crepe myrtle because it has a beautiful, well, it comes in many colors. But the red one we thought would be a nice one and it lasts for quite a while. Well, lo and behold, when we got there, the gal at the nursery said, I have something very special. Some of you probably know about this bush, but I haven't seen too many of them around in the village. They're not common the way the crepe myrtles are. This is called the black diamond crepe myrtle. And the name is given to it that way because the leaves are black and the flowers, the blooms, are fire engine red. And so because the season for crepe myrtles is now passing, all right, so you can see the seeds on the top of it a little bit here. It's past, so we don't have any blooms. But hopefully, when we get that into the ground, this thing is going to bloom like crazy for Cathye and be a great representation for her. So this is the black diamond crepe myrtle that we are going to put in the ground today. And if the guys would help me. Let me take this too. And I'm going to let them just set that into the hole and put some dirt on it. And while they do that, I'm going to read this to you. This is a stone that I had made for Cathye that's going to be set on that front stone right there. David's going to glue it down to that front stone. And I'm going to read it to you. It says, God saw you getting tired. A cure was not to be. So he put his arms around you and whispered, come with me. With tearful eyes we watched you and saw you fade away. Although we love you dearly, we could not make you stay. A golden heart stopped beating, your tender hands at rest. God took you home to prove to us he only takes the best. And it says in loving memory, Cathye Leshay, 1945 to 2020. So we're going to set that down on the stone. I'm going to place it there now. And at some point, David will cement this to the stone.
Perfect.
That's good, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, and as you see, we have a bench, and I'm going to hand this over to Karen Buffard, and she'll explain what the bench stands for and represents.
Thanks, everybody. It's a beautiful, perfect morning. And in my book, Cathye was perfect, and I'm sure she was perfect, and she is perfect in God's eyes. Thank God for Cathye. The bench. Well, in March, when the country shut down, we had this great idea because we missed each other so much that we would meet on one Friday outside for a picnic. And we all met, and Cathye was there. She was the first one there. She was so thrilled and happy because she missed us all. We were all getting text messages that were a mile long. And I'd say, Cathye, your text messages, they go on forever. But anyway, she was the first one to arrive on that Friday. She was weak, she was frail, but her spirit was there. And we decided we had so much fun that we were going to continue having the lunch bunch every Friday, and anybody's invited to come. And it's always outside. It's always in a picnic situation on benches in Sumter Landing. And she got weaker and weaker, and we saw it happening, and finally everything happened. And just about a month ago, we decided, what can we do? Well, let's dedicate a bench to Cathye. Where should we put it? How about on a golf course for David to see? How about in his favorite spot. And now people can enjoy this bench forever, for generations, we hope, along with this tree. And it's just wonderful. Cathye was an amazing spirit. She's with God now. Philippians 3:20 says we are all citizens in heaven, and she is first in line. And what would Cathye say? And everybody said, Amen. And here's a little plaque we're going to put on the bench. Let me read it to you. It says, with a zest for life and an eternal light from above, you smiled and danced your way into our hearts. Cathye Leshay, we miss you. Roll Tide.
As we thought of the idea of the bench, we realized that there were lots more people that wanted to contribute. So of course, we allowed anybody that wanted to, and at the end, we wound up with $215 left over. And as Cathye requested, it's going to the American Heart Association. Those of you that are not going to be able to make it back this afternoon, I brought you a program from this afternoon, and we also brought little memoirs of Cathye, and we also brought some birdseed. If you'd like to pick up some, David would allow you to scatter them here because he's missing his red birds. See y'all this afternoon.
So the other day when Ann and I came over and talking with David about everything and what we were going to do, the idea of the birds came up, and then he came out and said that since Cathye's passing, there haven't been any birds here. Yeah, it's just, wow.
Yeah.
So, no, have there been any since that day we've come?
Yeah.
You've had some, okay.
Yeah, there's been a couple little birds coming.
Yeah.
Cardinals haven't.
But for the longest time, and you had birds every day, correct?
There was all kinds of birds all the time.
All the time, birds in this yard.
She passed away and the birds went away.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no birds. But Deborah told me that the reason that the birds came because they wanted to see Cathye. They were, she wasn't here, so they decided. I told her, well, maybe what I need to do is put her picture out on the table out there, so they'll see her picture out there, and then they'll come and see her.
Well, hopefully this memorial will certainly invite them. They're going to all go, hey guys, come on, look at that yard. You know, it's all about Cathye, and they'll be back. But she did love the birds, and especially the cardinals.
And actually what I told David was he was not as pretty as Cathye, and so that's when he decided that he just put the picture of her out there. But he is handsome, because he's the Fonz.
All right, well, I thank you all for coming, and hopefully we see most, if not all of you, this afternoon at Savannah Center for the memorial.
I know this is in my yard, but you guys come whenever you want.
Okay.
Come sit, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
thank
for
you.
the reason that we put it here was all the places available were not really accessible. They were down in Finney, they were all the way far away, they were on a golf course, so you had to be playing golf. So I said, well, let's just put it right here.
You got the perfect yard.
That's awesome.
Perfect yard. You couldn't ask for better.
So I don't have any plans on moving yet, so it'll be here.
Well, that's something else you talked about, you know, that maybe in the future down the road at some point, 2 years, 3 years, 100 years, who knows, that he may not be here. And he had some concern about all this, but you can take the bench with you, not a problem. And like Ann and I said to you, take a sliver off of that tree, reroot it, take it with you, and start it all over wherever you're going to be. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and we'll see you all a little later on. Be safe.
We're getting some birds.
Earth angel, wow. The one I adore, love you forever and evermore. I'm just a